Grandma used to say, the proof is in the pudding. In other words, visibility lends credibility to what you're about to see. Do you realize that 87% of your show points derive from your model car's finish? There you have it. Hi, my name's Don Yost. Probably better known as the old man in the modeling circles. I own Lone Wolf Custom Painting. About 6 years ago, a buddy of mine by the name of Jimbo Walsh came to me and wanted me to get back into building model cars. I flat out told him no. I didn't want anything to do with it. I know me, I'm an anal retentive ass, and I knew that I was going to get into a hobby and I wasn't going to stop, because if you're going to do anything in this life, you got to go full bore. Well, here we are 6 years later. We're making a video for painting model cars. The concept came from my then 10-year-old daughter, Callie Ray. We attended quite a few shows. Callie Ray, in her own right, is an excellent model builder and an excellent airbrush artist. She was taught by yours truly. She followed the method that you're about to learn. Now, I want to point something out to you. Nice little Corvette. Nice shine to it, well built, very pretty car. It was built by Callie Ray when she was 10. Now, if a 10-year-old child can produce that type of finish, so can you. What you're about to learn today is a step-by-step procedure that it took me 46 years to develop. It's easy to follow, and as long as you follow the steps, you're going to end up with shine on your paint just like this. I've never seen a tool in my life that causes so much frustration and so much heartache and so much pain as this simple little tool right here. If you can use a spray can, you can use an airbrush. The problem of it is nobody's laid out exactly how to do it. Now what I'm going to do today, I'm going to take Testors paints and I'm going to show you step by step how to use them and how to produce show quality finishes on your car. The two most often asked questions of me at a model car show are, number one, how do I get my finishes to look like they do? And number two, what do I use for paint? I tell them Testors and I get the sheep in the fence look. Huh? Testors produces an excellent product. You just have to learn how to use it. I have 4 rules that I follow exclusively for painting. It's the 4 P's. Proper environmental control, where you're painting your model, is the most important. Number 2, the proper tools and products. Number 3, proper preparation of your kit. And number 4, the proper application. When I first decided to do this video, I thought long and hard of how I was going to approach it. Should I take you into my shop, which is a 15-foot by 10-foot hermetically sealed, temperature-controlled booth? Nah. Most people paint in their garage, in their basement, or outside. Now, I don't condone painting outside, but if you live in an apartment building, you don't have much of a choice. You're forced to do it. So today we're outside. We're going to paint half outside, and we're going to jump over into my buddy Danny Bell's garage, and we're going to airbrush bodies in there because that's much more controlled. Now today is a beautiful day to paint outside because there's no breeze. We've dampened down the concrete, and we're going to teach you how to use your airbrush. Now, let's go back to rule number 1. Proper control of the environment. First thing that you have to do is look up. You got open rafters, you got problems. I'll tell you what, let's take a walk and I'll show you exactly what we're talking about, and we'll cover this rule. Remember what I said about looking up before we left? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Open rafters in a paint room. If you look up here, you'll see dust and dirt gathered on the boards. Open rafters are not good. If your house is 5 years old, 5 minutes old, or 50 years old, you're still going to have the same thing. People walking across the floorboards, running, stomping, kids chasing the pets, vice versa, that dirt is going to rain down onto your paint job. My suggestion, go to a lumber yard, buy yourself a sheet of Marlite, put the Marlite up, or buy some Visqueen, staple it up. This way you trap the dirt up here, you don't have dirt raining down onto your paint job. Now, if you look down here in this room, you'll see carpeting. Carpeting is a magnet for dust, dirt, lint, whatever. Anybody walking across this room and walks across the carpet is going to kick dirt and dust up with every step. It's going to float up, and you know, with Murphy in the house, it's going to end up right in your paint. Here's another source of dust and lint. The washer and the dryer. Significant other pulls that lint screen out, goes to clean it. All that lint gets up in the air. It floats around. It lands on anything and everything. Slightest breeze, somebody walking by, you got lint and dirt in your paint. Now, what makes this room unacceptable as a paint room? Two factors. Number one, if you look over here, you don't have an exhaust fan. That's number one. But more importantly, if you look over here, you have a hot water tank and a furnace. Both have ignition problems with paint fumes. All you have to do, get paint fumes in this room, these light up, you're liable to create an explosion in your house. So this room itself is not acceptable. Okay, this room has a lot of potential to be perfect for a spray booth. If you look down at the floor, you have concrete. Now, all that needs to be done to make that perfect, a little bit of a sweeping, a little hosing down, and then paint. Seal it. That way, and make sure that it's a light color so you can pick up on any dirt. And what you have to do is, on occasion, mop it up, and it'll be fine. Now, if you notice, the walls are all primered. They will be painted. They'll be sealed in. This way, you've got a nice clean surface. You're surrounded by cleanliness for a change. Now, if you look up here in the right-hand corner, you'll see an exhaust fan. Remove all the fumes out of the booth. Clear sailing. Don't have to worry about it. Air lines will be added. You've got receptacles for new lighting. Lighting will have to be added. This fluorescent lighting, while adequate, is not as good as what it can and should be. You want to have a room where you've got lights the whole way around so you can see all sides of whatever you're painting. Not so much the 125th, but this leans more towards the RC end of the deal. I like it. It's perfect for what you want to do. Finished ceiling, finished walls, and it will be a finished floor, new lighting. You've got the perfect recipe for controlling your environment. Listen, the most important thing about this whole aspect is controlling your environment. Once you do this, and you have this down to a science, your paint jobs will turn out much, much better. You're the one that controls it. I've showed you the do's and the don'ts about this. Follow it, and you'll be fine.